right, welcome back. We got a little something new for you and a little something old. And this is a new playmat. I'm going to pan down a little bit here. You can see some details. So this is a full pixel art map that I made, and we're going to be talking about this. So let's see if we can. There we go. So, oh, it's a little further over than I wanted. Okay. Huh. Readjusting. Cool. Okay. So we can pan back up so we can make sure you get to see the whole thing there. And down to see the bottom. There. So, this is the Adventurous Grimoire world map. Actually, yeah. The top says World of the Adventurous Grimoire, games by Marc Wolff. And so I'm going to talk about the playmat, and then I'm going to talk about the Adventurous Grimoire, and then I'll go over some of the little details and features and stuff going on here. So first of all, this is printed by Inked Gaming, and the link is in the description down below, so if you'd like to purchase this, you can from them. And yeah, I sent in this artwork, and they accepted it, so it's one of their listings now, which is pretty cool. I'm very, very thankful and excited. And I think this came out really, really well. I went through a couple proofs, and working with Inked Gaming, they were extremely friendly, very, very helpful, and I really like this. Is very high quality printing. There's no like paint on this. This isn't painted on. This is like in the rubber, so you won't scratch off the details. And also, this being really small pixel art, I noticed in not only this, but also like in actual printing this and in other media as well, that getting the right colors and getting the right detail and focus and everything was really difficult to get all of the artwork to come through. And even though some of the details didn't exactly translate, overall, this is a very, very good printing of this artwork here, and I'm really happy. And I like how vibrant a lot of the colors turned out, especially like up here with the lava and the kind of lava boss monster up there, and some of the other stuff here. So another thing too is this is really, really nice on cards. If you have them sleeved, it's not too slippery, but it is nice and smooth. And also the rubber here is a really nice thin, durable rubber. Some playmats are kind of thick, but this is thin, and it doesn't have stitched edges, so your cards won't catch on the end of it. And also, this is just kind of a weird note. I've noticed some playmats have really weird smells, and like I got one that took, I think, almost a month for that original smell to go away, and it was really terrible. But none of the playmats that I got from Inked Gaming smell that way. They all don't smell like anything. I mean, initially maybe like industrial rubber smell, but that goes away like within a minute of just being exposed to air. So yeah, these were great. No weird smells, extremely high quality, very happy with them. So that's pretty much my review of the playmat here. But getting into a little more detail, so what exactly is the Adventurous Grimoire? Well, this was a game that I tried to kickstart back in 2015, and the Kickstarter failed, but I still had all the art assets, and I kind of figured, well, I might make a cool playmat, and turns out I was maybe right. So yeah, so I submitted this to Inked Gaming, but this was the original source of all of that artwork. And what this is a new genre of tabletop game that I invented, and the idea was for an open world game in a book. And this is both single player and infinite multiplayer, and this was just kind of the first iteration of this new genre. And so there were going to be sequels, and they would all be like connected. You could move from one game world to the other with the same character. So what you've got here is the book, and then you've got your character sheet, which is two-sided there, and all you need besides this is just a pencil. But yeah, this is a full, so this is all of these individual panels, but each of them is a page in the book. And so you see they've got coordinates, and each of them has a page number, and you get to see what's on each of those panels. And also down at the bottom there, you'll see there are dice rolls on every page. So you don't need dice to play this game. What you do to roll, kind of like the old Steve Jackson games, is you just roll to the bottom page. And I mathematically distributed them so that it was fair and random. And yeah, anywhere you roll to, you should it should be like simulating dice rolls. It should be an even distribution. Although funny enough, those are completely different parts of the book, but similar rolls. But yeah, you should get pretty random rolls. And also, so the rules for single player end right there, and the multiplayer rules are just the very, very end. So most of the book where the dice rolls are contained is very easily accessible. So pretty much anywhere you roll in the book, you'll be getting something. So yeah, that's all you need to play. And yeah, your character sheet keeps your place, so you can. I mean, that's like effectively pausing. You know exactly where you are in the world, and you can just close it. And yeah, that's just kind of the basic idea of the Adventurous Grimoire. There's nothing on the back there. So yeah, this was the open world game in a book, and I really, really like this idea, but it did not take off. Maybe I'll revisit it again in the future. There are a number of things that I would have liked to edit about this book, especially with the text, and there were a couple things I finished for the printing that was going to go out if the Kickstarter finished or was successful. But even so, there's still some other things that I would like to do, and especially, like I mentioned with the color on this, the color kind of turned out weird. Like, this is the playtest copy. There are only, I think, maybe 12 of these or 14 of these in existence. But the color that came out made all the artwork look like it was at dusk. And this doesn't quite come through. Well, actually, maybe it does with the lighting there. But everything kind of looks like it's at dusk in the artwork. But in the original artwork, like the actual original file, it's much more vibrant. So sometimes, like, I realize maybe it's just what I'm working on, or like the specific colors I'm using. I'm not sure what the issue is, but it seems that this particular artwork has odd color quirks. But yeah, so that is the Adventurous Grimoire, and let's get into some of the details there, because there's just a lot of really cool stuff. And let me pan back down to the bottom again. There's just a lot of cool stuff that I tried to include in the artwork to kind of bring this world to life. And so, like, I focused on everything. I tried to get everything. I tried to include something interesting everywhere. So even like in the foliage, you can see, or the flora, you can see, like, down here we've got kind of some citrus trees, and you've got some maples down here in the lower elevations. But then as you go up to the snow line, you start getting firs. You start getting alpine trees, and then the tundra at the top. Then there are no trees. And even scattered around here, so down in the lower places, you'll see kind of bushes, and there's like a blueberry bush there, and then some of the plants. But then when you get to the snow, you'll see things like cloudberries, and even the creatures, like down here, you've got kind of wolves and deer and some of the bugs in their little hive thing. And actually, this connects over here. But then yeah, up here in the tundra, you've got little lemmings. And I mean, these are monsters. Like, obviously, they're like part of the terrain. But then you've got 3 different species of goats, I think, scattered throughout. There's a bunch of little things. And then, oh, sorry, I shook the camera. So these 2 panels, I was really happy with. So those are just 2 characters that are in the world. And let's see where. 86. And where was the other one? Yeah, okay, good. So the first one here is the ice fisherman. So he's got a cat boat, and so that's the full detail for this one up here. And then this other character. So she's also got a fishing rod, but she's got a lateen boat. So I was really happy that I kind of got that detail out there. And what are some other things? So down here you've got a silversmithing room and a blacksmithing room, and they both are like functionally accurate to what a silversmith forge and what a blacksmith forge would actually look like, and all the proper equipment and everything. So Like here we've got the silversmithing. You'd also kind of work with gold in there too if you wanted. And let's see here, page 29. So here's the blacksmithing forge. Yeah. And then up here in the wizard's house, he's got equipment that is real world equivalent, or that is real world equipment for processing honey. I think this over here is a Stade Templeton press. And then here he's got his little lab with an actual little globe of this world here. And let me try to find that one because there's some cool stuff there too. Sorry, I'm going to have to be skipping around here in the book. Actually, oh, there we go. Okay. So here is the lab. And you see he's got his chair there with the equipment. And there's kind of his library and some little cabinets there. And yeah, there's the globe. But then over here you see what the lab equipment actually is. So I thought that was fun. But you don't get to see that artwork in the map here. But then you get things like this with the problem with the coloring. So let me go over that real quick, just so you're not you don't think I'm not mentioning it or trying to hide it or anything. But so you can kind of see the outline here, but even in person it's much harder to see than it is on camera. Like I'm seeing on camera, I can kind of see that, but in the original artwork you'll see the tuna. So his silhouette in the water there is very, very prominent. And then this one up here. So we've got the trout, and you'll see there are 3 little silhouettes in the water there. But those 3 silhouettes are extremely hard to see on the actual playmat. And then, just for fun, because I like to be thorough, there is a third fish. Where is it, though? Here we go. Just for fun. There's also a salmon. So that's what the salmon shadows look like. But then also, I tried to be as original as possible for all of the artwork, so very few things are repeated. The only things are like the trees are copied and pasted, but there are variants. There's a couple of the firs down here, but this doesn't have any snow on this one or this one. But then up here, these trees have snow on them. Especially, I think this one right here is good because you get the contrast there with the green. But then, all of the rock, and up here with all of the ice. You'll notice none of this is repeated. Everything is unique for each panel. And yeah, so that all took a lot of time. But then, of course, things like this are repeated, like the patterns for the combs inside the hive and, some of the monsters. But I tried to, move them to different positions or, just give them different stances or something. Although with the pixel art, it's very, very limited. But, I tried to do what I could. Let me try to show you the boss monster up here. So this guy up here in the lava, so that is this right there. So you can get a good view of that. I like that one. So, yeah. And let's see here. Is there anything else I really want to go over? I don't know. There's a working spindle there. There's, some farm stuff over there. Yeah, no, there's just cool stuff. Check it out. This guy's drinking some cloudberry wine. They're fermenting the cloudberries up here, and yeah, no, there's just a bunch of stuff you can look at. So I think it's fun. And if you want to, I guess you can even try to make a game out of it. Everything here is mathematically laid out, and so if you wanted to come up with something, I'm sure you could come up with a game, and you could use the coordinates here that you wanted, if you wanted to. But get it a little bit lower there. Readjusting. Cool. Okay. So yeah, but that is the full playmat, and this artwork here is also available for mouse pads on Inked Gaming. And if you want the exact same size artwork, you can get the XL Gaming mouse pad, and it should be the exact same as the playmat, just kind of without the sides here. But you could also get just, regular size playmat if you wanted, or mouse pad. This is the standard size playmat, by the way. It's not there. I didn't make one available for a bigger size, just because they just kind of get wider. They don't really get bigger that I saw. So that is that, and links are down, or link is down in the description for this listing here on Inked Gaming. Also, if you want to check out Mage War, the card game that I'm working on here, promoting on this channel, you can check out the links in the description as well. You can also check out the About page on this channel, which has a summary of Mage War, and then you'll also find the link for the free PDF rulebook download. So thanks very much for watching, and hope you enjoy. Let me know what you think if you get the playmat. And let's see here. What is one final thing I could show you? Oh, okay. So it's not particularly special, but this one piece of artwork. So it's this frame right here. So you start here and you climb up this way. You can see the little telescope extension, but you get up to this one here. This panel was the absolute hardest to do out of this entire map. Out of everything here, this was the most difficult to do. I have no idea why, but for some reason, every single pixel on here just needed to be exactly there. And I had to lay out each and every individual pixel in this picture to get that right. And I don't know if it's really coming through with the color or the lighting there, but that was very difficult to do. So that was kind of insane. Also, okay, so how long did it take to make this? What was the workload for something like this, inventing a new game? So in order to get all of this artwork and format all of this game, because I also created this font. This font is unique to this game, and I typeset everything. I formatted each and every page. Everything, including the artwork, took 5 months, working 12 to 13 hours a day without taking a single day off in that entire 5 months. And then I did the Kickstarter, so I was kind of exhausted. But yeah, that's what I did to make all of this, and it was very fun. I learned a lot, and I still think the artwork is cool. So yeah, hope you enjoy. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next video whenever that is. Bye.